with more on the home testing kit supply chain. Hugo Barra, CEO of Detect, an FDA-approved at-home molecular rapid test that, like other rapid tests, currently out of stock. It's good to see you. This is pretty cool technology that you have developed by Dr. Rothberg, and you're CEO now, Hugo. And it's more expensive. It takes a little bit longer, but I assume it's much better in terms of accuracy than just an antigen test. This is a molecular test. It's out. We don't have any we can buy anyway, but how does it work?
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me. So as you said in your opening remarks, Detect is a rapid molecular test. This means it offers the quality of a PCR laboratory result, but it's 50 times more sensitive than a rapid antigen test, right? So you'd want to use this test in those situations where you want a PCR laboratory quality result, but you want it really fast. You want it really quickly. It's a new category of tests in the market. There's quite a few examples of places where that would be helpful, and I'll mention a few related to your opening remarks. When would you want a rapid molecular test? You'd want a rapid molecular test like Detect, for example, if you've been exposed to someone who has COVID and you want to be certain if you have that virus or not. Right. Another example is if you are about to see someone who may be a high-risk person that you don't want to catch COVID and you want to be certain, you'd also use a rapid molecular test such as Detect. And there are many more examples of when using rapid molecular tests such as Detect would be advantageous. Just as an opening remark.
Antigenic tests for the presence of the virus, which may be too low for a rapid test to even pick up on, and you could still be positive for COVID. This actually, does it amplify just small messenger RNA sequences like the PCR would do, so that you're able to pick up a much smaller presence? Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Joe. So it's a rapid molecular test, also known as a nucleic acid amplification test.
Yes.
And the key word there is amplification. What it does, similar to a PCR machine, is it amplifies the genetic material of the virus 1 billion times so that you can see it in very, very small quantities in the sample, right? So you can see the virus in the sample days earlier sometimes than when you could see it with a rapid antigen test.
Hugo, what the Biden administration failed to ramp up were and what we're now trying to get 500 million of. That's not what you have. You can't ramp up quickly enough to satisfy those type of numbers, right? We need these antigen tests. How would we do that now? Could we use some defense authorization to do? What should we be doing to try to hit that $500 million number, and what are the chances we'll do that in coming weeks? It seems like it's going to be very difficult. And do we need to do that for Omicron?
Yeah, we're trying to do our best, of course, and trying to do our part here. We designed Detect to scale, right? We want to be able to produce this in the millions per month capacity. So obviously not the 500 million numbers that you're talking about, but at least be able to produce this in the millions and millions per month capacity. A rapid molecular test can be paired with rapid antigen tests as an important sort of tool set to use in this pandemic. And we just got our authorization from FDA 2 months ago. We're a relatively new company that didn't exist before the pandemic. So we're just beginning to ramp up our own supply chain. But there really are playbooks, particularly from the consumer electronics world, that we're trying to put at play here to be able to ramp up pretty quickly and do our part.
Obviously, Hugo, the price point is one that is not accessible to every household that is trying to build a toolkit like the one that you were describing. But we had seen the Biden administration work with some retailers like Walmart to offer the rapid antigen tests at cost, about $14 per pack. I'm wondering if a partnership like that is something that could be possible for Detect. And if so, what cost would be for you?
Yeah. So, hi, Kayla. Great to see you. So we first of all, are already in partnership with the federal government. We received an NIH grant in a few months ago. And what we did was to design something that we can scale and then bring the price down pretty quickly. So the Detect test today is $49, which is already much cheaper than a PCR test, but it's not quite yet at the price point of a rapid antigen test. But over the next few months, as we scale our supply chain, we think we could actually bring that $49 price point to close of a rapid antigen price. So this kind of idea of a PCR quality test that's priced comparably to a rapid antigen test is really powerful, and we think that could play an important role here. We will continue to work with the federal government. We think there are more partnership opportunities there as well.